Was it just a fashion triumph with the start of a new chapter? After weeks of silence, Kim Taehyung of BTS returns to Seoul following his breathtaking success at Celine's Paris Fashion Week 2025. But what really happened behind those glittering lights? Stay until the end, drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for the full emotional truth behind Taehyung's homecoming. Could this be the moment fans have been waiting for? The air in Incheon International Airport trembled with excitement as the doors slid open and Kim Taehyung, known globally as V of BTS, finally stepped back onto Korean soil after his stunning appearance at Celine's Paris Fashion Week 2025. The flashes of cameras reflected off his sleek sunglasses, each click echoing like a heartbeat in the chest of every AMY member watching live, both at the airport and through the endless stream of social media updates flooding the internet. But beyond the glamour, what was hidden behind that calm smile? Was this just another fashion moment, or a quiet turning point in Taehyung's story? When Taehyung first appeared in Paris, the world seemed to pause. His presence at Celine's runway was not just another celebrity cameo, it was a statement. Dressed in tailored black velvet with a minimalist yet magnetic confidence, he turned the runway into something transcendent. The Parisian crowd, known for its notoriously critical eye, couldn't look away. Every movement, every glance from the BTS vocalist carried an elegance that blurred the lines between artist and muse. Who is this man who makes silence sound louder than applause? One French journalist reportedly whispered during the show, her voice barely audible above the thunderous clapping that followed his entrance. Days later, videos of Taehyung at Celine's after party swept across the internet like wildfire. The atmosphere was electric, the room humming with designers, models, and stars. Yet, amidst the glamour, fans noticed something unusual. Taehyung often smiled softly to himself, not with the dazzle of a celebrity playing his part, but with the quiet contentment of someone who had conquered something deeply personal. Was it pride, relief, or perhaps, as many speculated, a moment of reflection before returning home? The question hung heavy in the air, unanswered until now. When Taehyung finally arrived back in Korea, the airport became a stage of raw emotion. Fans lined every corner, clutching banners that shimmered with his name, tears in their eyes, voices trembling as they called out, "Welcome home, Taehyung." The singer's bodyguards tried to maintain order, but nothing could contain the wave of love that crashed through the terminal. Taehyung, ever graceful, paused for a brief moment, lowered his mask, and gave a small nod, a gesture that said more than words ever could. In that instant, the world saw not just an idol, but a man returning from a journey that had changed him. What had Paris done to him? Perhaps it was the quiet mornings on the Seine, where he was seen sketching in his notebook with a cup of espresso by his side. Or maybe it was the endless conversations with creative minds, photographers, artists, designers, each one leaving a subtle mark on him. Paris had a way of teaching you to see beauty not just in art, but in imperfection, in the fleeting and the fragile. And maybe that's what Taehyung brought back with him. Not just success, but a deeper understanding of who he is beyond fame. Social media exploded within minutes of his arrival. V is back home trended in over 60 countries. Fans dissected every photo, every video frame, trying to find meaning in his expressions. Some claimed they saw exhaustion in his eyes. Others swore he looked more peaceful than ever. "He's glowing," one fan tweeted, while another wrote, "Paris changed him. You can see it." And perhaps they were right. Every artist, after all, leaves a piece of themselves in the places that inspire them. In a surprising twist, sources close to Celine later revealed that Taehyung's collaboration wasn't just limited to walking the runway. He had also been in discussions for a creative partnership with the brand. Nothing official has been announced yet, but whispers of a Taehyung x Celine capsule collection have already set the fashion world on fire. Could this mean Taehyung is expanding his influence beyond music and into design? He's redefining what it means to be a global artist, said one fashion editor who attended the Paris event. He's not just wearing fashion, he's living it. As the car doors closed behind him outside the airport, fans continued to chant, their voices echoing through the crisp autumn air. Inside the vehicle, Taehyung reportedly took off his sunglasses and gazed quietly out the window. Maybe he was thinking about the runway lights fading into the Paris night, or the sound of rain against a hotel window. Or perhaps he was simply grateful to be home. One thing was certain. Something about him had shifted, something the cameras couldn't fully capture. What few people know is that Taehyung's journey to Paris wasn't all glamour and ease. Behind the scenes, his schedule was grueling. Between military service commitments, brand obligations, and personal projects, the trip required precise timing and emotional endurance. Yet, through it all, he carried himself with the same poise that has defined his career. Those close to him say that he barely slept before the show. Yet, when he stepped into the spotlight, he radiated calm. That balance between vulnerability and strength between Taehyung the man and V the icon is perhaps what makes him so magnetic. It's almost poetic, isn't it? The boy who once sang about longing and youth now standing tall in one of the world's most prestigious fashion houses, not just as a performer, but as a muse of artistry itself. Taehyung has always had an old soulist love for jazz, classic cinema, and minimalist photography reveal a mind that thrives in quiet reflection. Paris seemed to mirror that essence back to him. A city where melancholy and beauty dance hand in hand. Fans who attended the Fashion Week described moments that felt almost cinematic. When he walked past the flashing lights, it wasn't like he was showing off, one attendee said. It was like he was telling a story, and maybe that's the real secret. Behind his allure, Taehyung doesn't just perform, narrates with silence, with glances, with presence. Every step he took in Paris felt like a note in a song only he could hear. Now, back in Seoul, that melody continues. Rumors are swirling that he's preparing something deeply personal, perhaps a photo exhibition or a musical project inspired by his time abroad. His fans, ever intuitive, sense it too. He's in his artist era, one fan wrote under a recent Instagram post, while another commented, whatever he's working on, it's going to break us in the best way, and maybe it will. Because if Paris was the climax, then Korea is the quiet aftermath, the moment when the lights fade, and the artist looks inward. As we reflect on Taehyung's return, one can't help but wonder what drives him. Is it fame, art, connection, or something more profound, a search for meaning amid the chaos of global stardom? His silence often speaks louder than any interview, his eyes holding stories untold. Perhaps that's why we keep watching, hoping to catch even a glimpse of the real Taehyung behind the icon. In many ways, his journey mirrors the essence of art itself, unpredictable, emotional, and ever-evolving. Paris Fashion Week 2025 may have marked a professional triumph, but for Taehyung, it seems to have been something deeper, chapter of self-discovery written in the language of light and shadow. And now, back home, he stands at the intersection of two worlds, the global stage and his own inner universe. So, what's next for him? Will we see him leading another fashion revolution, composing a melody that captures the spirit of Paris, or perhaps simply disappearing into the quiet corners of Seoul with his camera, capturing fleeting moments of beauty no one else notices? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Taehyung's story is far from over. In fact, it might just be beginning again, right here in the place where it all started. And now it's your turn. What do you think this chapter means for Taehyung? Do you believe Paris changed him? Or did it simply reveal the artist he's always been? Drop your thoughts below. And if you felt that same rush when he finally walked through those airport doors, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.